Uh-oh, Jordan may be pregnant. Ooh, what's up, my JH peeps? This is my review for today's episode, March 3rd, 2026. And yeah, Jordan could be pregnant. So that just adds even more drama to Curtis's life. So yeah, Jordan went to go see Britt and she thought that she could be pregnant. Talk go through all the the stuff that you go through, you section active, birth control. Yeah, so Jordan looks like Bert was going to run the test, but then got interrupted because of Brook Lynn and Chase bringing in their little friend slash baby mama, Delia. So Jordan went to go get a test, and I'll talk about Delia in a minute. But she went to go get a test, and then she went back home, and then Curtis showed up. That happened on yesterday's episode. Curtis and Portia, they were, um, packing up the rest of their stuff in the house, and we're gonna get Lucy to sell the house, and then of course split the money up so that they can get their own places or whatever. But at the end of yesterday, Curtis didn't want to let the house go and decided to give it to Portia, so she can, so their baby can live in their family home. Like, oh, and Isaiah can live there also, because you know that shit's about to happen. Anyways, basically by the end of the episode, it sounded like Jordan was inviting Curtis to move in. Yeah, because Portia said that she was going to use her part of the money to get a condo, and then Curtis was going to use his half of the money to look for a place because Lucy was kind of sad they weren't going to sell the place. But Curtis was like, "Oh, you get your commission after you find me a place." So, but if he moves in with, if he moves in with Jordan, then yeah, sorry, Lucy. No, you ain't getting checked. So, I wonder if Curtis is going to find a pregnancy test or what's going on. But if Jordan is pregnant, we're just gonna assume that it's Curtis's. But what happens if she was getting a little something something on the side and we just don't know? Who was who knows? It could be somebody. Don't think it was Isaiah because he's very fixated on Portia. But there's other dudes around town. You never know. Um, and so with back to the hospital, Delia, just some pregnant lady that Chase and Brooklyn just found laying outside in the park. It's like, oh lordy, don't tell me she's dead. Especially when Brooklyn said she was pregnant. It's like, no, 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 don't kill the poor chick, pregnant chick, whoever she is. But no, they found her alive. She just she just fell over and she said her blood sugar was low and they were gonna help her back to her hotel, whatever hotel that was. But then she started having some pains and so they rushed her over to GH, and that's where um Britt left Jordan, and Lucas and Liz went to go help too. Liz was worried about Lucas because she like, I ain't hear from you, so I thought you might be laying in a ditch somewhere, basically. And Lucas quickly turned the subject and was asking her about her date with Rick. That was almost a month ago because that was Valentine's Day. Yeah, well, March just started, but yeah, that was at least 3 weeks ago. Anyways, but they just got called in to help with the girls. So, yeah, they were just, doing Britt was doing an ultrasound and she asked her if, when she fell, did she hit her abdomen or something? Well she was laying on she was laying on her side, so possible. But there was some internal bleeding between was like the where the baby is and the placenta, I think. Don't quote me on that. I just that just totally went over my head. I didn't take any notes because I wasn't expecting to do a review until after I just logged off of work, and I was like, oh, I should talk about this. And so yeah. But anyways, there's internal bleeding, and then Delia just like coded, so they're like, they need to do emergency C-section for the baby. I think she said she was 7 months pregnant, so it's gonna be a little early. But when I found out the woman was pregnant, I just like instantly thought, you know what? That baby that Delia is carrying is gonna be Brook Lynn and Chase's kid. I can just see it. I just see it. Um, either Delia's gonna give her the baby or Delia dies. Um, and they just take the baby in because you find a woman and baby, poor thing. You don't know. The mom's dead. You don't know where the baby's come from, who the daddy, is there any extended family. They did say she was out of town, but you know, still. I mean, our dad will, the show stars and looked into Nathan, so when they would look into Delia's past, try to figure out where she came from and stuff. I don't know, but I'm really convinced that this will be Brook Lynn and Chase's baby. So we shall see what happens with that. But Felicia was trying to get information from Chase more about her and stuff, but they just met her, so they don't know nothing about her. But anyways, um, there's no, that was all I had to say about that. But yeah, speak even more kid drama. Damn, Danny done tore up the boathouse. What was it? Was the boathouse? Yeah, the boathouse, right? And Tracy's not happy. He left all the I guess they were talking about after the snowstorm, tearing it up with Charlotte and Rocco popped up there, but I don't know. Tracy knows it was dumb that was there, but yeah, he left about the trash and stuff, and she was not happy. She's like, I was gonna send some cleaners over there, to do their job. It's like, oh my god, Tracy. Ugh, rich girl talk. I would have made Danny go over there and clean that shit up for damn self. And that sounds like what Jason was saying to him, but then he still let him go see his friend, his, his cousin he's making out with. But oh, before he did that, Alexis came over. So apparently Diane told Jason that he hasn't updated his will since Sam passed. So I was trying to figure out, who would be the one to take in Chase. No, Danny was gone at this point. Yeah, Danny was gone at this point. He went to go meet Charlotte, and they talked. And Charlotte said that she might leave with her dad, if he when he leaves, and he like didn't want her to go, and then they kissed. I'm like, don't they know that they're blood related? It's not like they're related by adoption or something. Like both have Cassadine blood in them, so I'm not exactly sure where the show's going with this, but whatever. Um, but yeah, Jason was trying to figure out what he would do. Um, what would happen with Danny, and so Alexis just assumed, he's Danny's grandma, so he come live with her, so him and Scout can be together. And Tracy's like, well, Danny's also Monica's grandson, and Alan's grandson, so you get to stay here with her. He already lives here, he loves them, and then she said she was gonna offer him the boathouse and stuff. I'm like, Alexis like, are you serious? So they're just like going back and forth, and Jason's like, oh, hilarious. Always, never a dull moment when Aunt Tracy is on the screen, on the show, on the show, when she's talking. Yeah, when we see her and she's talking, never a dull moment. So they're just going back and forth, and Jason doesn't know. Oh, but Jason threw out, he mentioned Elizabeth, but I don't think he meant like Danny to go live with her, but then mentioned Carly, and Tracy and Alexis both said no. I was like, I agree with them on that one, but I wonder, if he's gonna get that updated before Steve goes on his little break. Still don't know what. Well, I haven't read any spoilers yet. I don't know if there's any spoilers out about where he's going, but I assume he probably gets kidnapped or he disappears or maybe he ends up in a coma. That goes around. That's been going around Port Charles, but yeah, that sucks. I don't think. Um, I'm not sure how long he's gonna be gone either. I don't know if they mentioned how long he was gonna be gone, but that sucks. But I totally understand Steve. Life is short. Enjoy what you can. And sure, he makes good enough money to where he can take a nice lengthy break and spend it with his kids and well, I was gonna say it's gonna be warm soon, but he lives in California, so I don't. Well, I assume he lives in California because GH is taped in California, but I don't know. But I know spring break, I'm sure, is coming up for the kids, so they get to go out and have some fun. Oh, let me stop. I want to do something, go on vacation somewhere. I don't know. I'm saving up for a vacation next year. Anyways, we're not talking about me. We're talking about General Hospital. Speaking of Carly, she went over to Windermere. She just popped out in Windermere, and she was looking gorgeous today. I loved the blazer she was wearing. But before she showed up, Marco, last week, Lucas was talking to Marco about getting, Brit's medicine so that he can figure out what's in there and make it so they can save Brit. So he talked Marco into doing it. At first, it looked like Marco's like, I don't know. But he actually went into the safe and tried to get the medicine out. Well, he got the medicine out, but then Daddy showed up and was like, "What are you doing?" And Marco was like, he was getting Bert's medicine ready. And Sidwell's like, "It's Pascal's turn." See, I remembered his name. I keep forgetting the last couple of times I tried to talk about him. I couldn't remember his name. Pascal. So it was Pascal's turn, and Marco was like, Britt doesn't like him. And Sidwell was like, basically, I don't give hells, two hells. I was going to say, two fucks about what Brett likes, basically. That's what he said. But so Marco put it away, and Carly just popped up and just wanted to do like a whole family gathering or whatever. I kind of didn't pay too much attention to that. But but after Sidwell and Marco left, Carly was looking around for something. I thought maybe she was looking for like a secret room or something, or maybe she was just looking for just anything. And she came across the safe. So I was wondering if she's gonna get into that safe, or she's gonna just take pictures and show Valentine, because well, Valentine used to live there, so you might know the code to the safe, or that's what she was looking for all along, and so maybe Valentine gave her the code so that maybe she can go in there, wonder if she would get Brit medicine out, not knowing, yeah, because she doesn't know about the whole thing with Brit. I think she knows. I don't think she knows everything about it, but so if she gets it, she doesn't realize that it's Bert's medicine. Wonder what she would do with it. Hmm. I don't know. Would she take it to Valentine or take it to Jason? Probably Valentine. I'm still waiting for them to hook up in that basement. The attic. Hook up in the attic. And then he needs to go and find Anna already. But apparently Fiona is on another break. Lucky chick. She already had a vacation, worked for a couple of weeks, and then back out on vacation. Lucky chick. So that's all that happened except for Sunny and oh Lord, DA chick. Oh Lordy. See, I almost had everybody's name down. Justine, that's her name. Justine. Um they're sitting at the new Charlie's, which looks really, really nice. And it's just me, or did the counter get like so much longer? I don't remember it being that long. Not only long, but it looks thicker too. Or is that just me? I don't know. But they built that shit really hella fast, Lord. Anyways, yeah, so Sunny's already, taking a sample of the booze that they had there, and I wasn't really paying too much close attention to them because it's very. I'm like, in this point in time, I don't think it's really, Sunny's like a washed up mobster, so I don't see why anybody will find that attractive. But then again, Justine did say she's just playing Sunny up so that so she can nail him. Not the way that Sunny would hope that she would nail him. But, well, yesterday she started with telling him that, the who shot Drew case is now cold case. They're not pursuing it right now. So, and then they're talking about maybe getting together, but just seems like that would ruin her career. And Sonny's like, getting with her will make him a target. So he's like, this would be worse for me. I'm like, yes, I might kill your ass, but Yeah, Justine will live, but she won't have a job. So if y'all do get together, you'll be the breadwinner. I don't know, but that's pretty much all that happened today. Unless I missed something, I don't think I missed anything else. Did I? No, I feel like I talked about everything. If I missed anything, let me know. What did I miss? I don't know. And what did you think about today's episode? Do you think Jordan could really be pregnant? I think since they brought it up, it's a good possibility. Not only that, but Portia and Jordan being and pregnant at the same time. Same daddy. Wonder if this could be setting up for a baby switch also. Cause you always it's a soap opera. That's something that you always think about. If there's two people pregnant at the same time, you know, there could be a baby switch, but I guess it depends on um if they had the same if they're both having a girl or both having a boy. But they would have the same daddies, maybe. I don't know. But let me know in the comments what you think about that. And hit the like button. Subscribe for more General Hospital videos. I also talked about the other four soaps. Oh lordy, those other soaps today. But thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video. Love y'all.